Yo, what's up, George? Thank you for messaging me. Okay, so you asked me what would I do in your situation if I were to begin from the start. So your niche is finding like that true masculinity, and you wanted to make it into a business, right? So this is what I wrote down. Here, this is what I do. So I identify my niche, which is helping young men find their true masculine identity, and then I just like get clear on like how I want my funnel to be, which is like where I want to make content. Right? Am I gonna make content on YouTube? Am I gonna make it on like um, Instagram or somewhere? What I would do is I'd make content on YouTube because it's just what I like. I'm more familiar with YouTube, and I'd rather watch YouTube videos on this. So I'd make content on YouTube, right? And then from there, CTA to a school slash Discord community where I can have conversations with my brotherhood, and I'd make it something like a masculine brotherhood, right? This is where we can talk about, develop our masculine purpose, our masculine brotherhood, and shit like that. And then get on calls with people, and then eventually, get them into your one-to-one mentorship, and that will get you yourself. So like to break it down, let me break it down. So um, for YouTube, I'd go to daily uploads on masculinity, and I would do what's this called? I do talking head videos, little talking head videos, which is like what I'm doing right now, giving my own personal anecdotes, which is like my personal stories on masculinity, and just talk about like like the way of the superior man type stuff, which is like um, achieving your purpose, doing the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it, giving your gifts 100%. That's what I would do, because that's my interpretation of masculinity. Is like you gotta have this drive, this ambition, this discipline to do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it, to not give in to the pleasures of the world, and just like talk about like my personal stories with each of those learning principles, and get those stories to like 7 days a week, right? Basically 7 uploads per week, right? Keep doing that, and eventually you start to build yourself up. You start to be able to like know what direction you want to go, because action precedes clarity. Okay, so there's this, right? But there's also like for me personally, when it comes to masculinity, I gotta do some masculine shit, right? So do some masculine shit so you have stories to talk about in real life. So that means like, you know, hitting hard workout sessions. That means, leading other people. That means what's that called? Talking to women. Facing your fear, right? You do all of these things in real life so that you have stories to talk about with masculinity. You gotta what I what I like to think about is like be the role model in your niche. Like if you're teaching on masculinity, you want to be a masculine motherfucker, right? You want to be able to show that you are the 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 example. You are the example of masculinity. So the only way to do that is to do some masculine shit in real life. So the way I would set up my life is to like have a day where I upload videos. Like I make like 7 talking head videos, or maybe two. I'll split it up to like 2 days, or one day I do like 3 videos, another day I do like four, right? But just try to get it so that it's daily uploads, so that the rest of the week I do some masculine shit. So I go out and explore the freaking jungle. I go out and start doing like an MMA fight. I go out on dates with women, and I flirt with her. I get that man to woman interaction, right? I do some masculine type shit on the other days of the week, so that I become a person that is masculine, right? I'm not just behind a computer screen. I'm actually getting out there in the real world, and then coming back to the camera to give my learning lessons and shit like that. I never want to get into the perspective of I telling them this is how you be masculine, this is that. No, I'm gonna show with my example. I'm gonna show through my stories that I tell people, my personal experience. I'm gonna share with you my personal experience with becoming masculine, and things that I haven't done, or I have done that was kind of feminine, that was kind of like not the superior man of me. Okay, so that's what I would do. So you keep doing that, stay consistent with that, And then you start to identify, I believe, you start to identify a very specific part of masculinity you want to focus on, because the true masculine identity is kind of like broad. Like, yes, you can talk about everything, but I think a good way to go is to target a specific part of masculinity, where sometimes it could be like being masculine in your business. Like, that would mean you're taking charge in a leadership environment, you're taking charge, like owning a company, right? You're leading other people. That's in the wealth aspect. But what about, maybe you want to do more into the relationships aspect, having that masculinity, in relationships, having that man to woman interaction, flirting with women, being able to show your masculine ambition to a woman so that she can stay with you. Or maybe it's masculinity in terms of your own spiritual stuff with God, right? So there's a bunch of different ways you can target masculinity within your niche. I think the best way to go about it is to just do stuff. Like, again, action precedes clarity. So you would do things like just get to daily uploads, start doing whatever you comes to mind about masculinity, and over time you start to gain more direction. Like, okay, you know what? I'm making a lot of progress with my spiritual journey, right? So maybe I want to be more focused on masculinity when it comes to like getting closer to God, getting closer to improving my emotional wellness and shit like that. You know what I mean? You're gonna get more clarity on which specific part of masculinity you want to focus on by taking the action. So that's what I would do. So, and then stay consistent for 6 months. If you stay consistent, you don't stray off the path. You don't fucking fall back to your thing. Cause odds are you will fall back. Cause everybody falls back. But just get yourself back up. That's the masculine purpose, right? You don't lose if you don't give up. Okay, so you want to stay consistent. Try your best to keep pumping it out, because the more action you do, the more clarity you get, the more data you get, the better you become. Okay, so in short, this is what I would do. In short, so get the daily uploads on masculinity. If you don't know what to really focus on, just talk about it. Okay, just talk about it from a broad perspective. But over time, as you start doing masculine shit in your life and you start to make more content teaching what you've learned, again, what we don't want to target from this is how you become masculine. No, we're gonna say it from our perspective, and that's why we gotta do shit in our lives. We gotta do shit in our lives that says we are masculine motherfuckers. Okay, and then just stay consistent with that. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. And over time, you will attract an audience. Without a doubt. Like, if you make 1,000 videos, of course, it's unreasonable for you not to, unless you're not growing at all. Okay, but yeah. So, let me know what you think about this, George. Yeah, let me know what you think. And you said it's hard for you to upload. Stop being a bitch. That's my little thing. There's that perfectionism thing. You only get better with practice. So just dish out the content. Just do it. Take the action. Like, upload the video even though you think it sucks, because the more you do it, the better you get at it, and the more, yeah, it really is that simple. Practice makes perfect. Like, perfect inaction does not make perfect. You gotta take action. As what one of this guy says, imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. This guy didn't write his stuff correctly, but basically, just do it. Like, even this video to you, it's not even perfect, but I believe there's some value in it, and I believe that you can actually get something out of it. So I hope this helps. Let me know what you think. Let me know your journey, and yeah, just keep me updated, bro. I'll see you later. Deuces.